Good morning and Happy New Year, first of all. Welcome to a rather dull and dreary, rainy woodland scene. It's been like that pretty much between Christmas and New Year. Been quite limited in fact. Now the theme of this video is telephoto lens, and the reason because of that is, yes, I finally bought myself a telephoto lens. Now, around 5 years ago, I made a video, and the opening statement of that video was, "Telephoto lens will improve your photography." Now, yes, it was a bit of a tongue-in-cheek statement, I realise that, but the fact is that telephoto lenses will add that variety to your portfolio, but you still need to know how to use it, how to get the most out of it. So a longer lens will give you that opportunity to step away from the wider scene where a foreground interest is needed, and it will in some way make the process easier. But photography is not all about making it easier for yourself. The enjoyment for me is finding the composition, to search the scene, to find something which appeals to the eye, and then slowly building up a composition, rearranging the elements. A telephoto lens can make that easier because it can take away the distractions. I know I'm not saying anything new there, but it's true. So where a telephoto lens shows its strength for me is that it can help to simplify an image. It can remove those distractions, as I said, and allow the eye to focus on the key subject. Now this, I know, can also apply to all other lenses, but there will be occasions where the view stroke landscape in front of you opens up a good composition, but there's still obstacles in its place that may distract the viewer and the intended focus point. Wiping the lens here because it's certainly picking up. Is that, yeah. Now back to the video I first mentioned at the start. Back then I was using the Canon EF70-200 back in the days when I had the DSLR, ancient times indeed. And since then I've moved to a mirrorless system on the R6 coupled with RF lenses. Now I did have the RF-70-200, which is an excellent lens, L-build quality, fully weatherproofed, brilliantly sharp, but it didn't give me that range that I needed. It was still missing something. So bearing in mind that the 70-200 wasn't giving me that extra distance, that reach that I wanted, I've gone out and I've purchased the 100-400 RF lens. It's a non-L version, so it's not fully weatherproof. However, all that means is I'll just be extra careful and vigilant. I've got the lens hood, I've got the Peak Design cover, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to using this in 2024 and from there on. Hoping it will give me the extra options needed from when I'm on the top of the fells looking down, picking out all the details. Now, this isn't the first time I've been out with it today. I went to the Lake District around a week ago now, and yeah, I'll play the video next, but it was proving to be more of a question of survival than getting some decent photography. This is the story. Well, could have certainly chosen a less windy day, but hey ho, this is how it's fallen. Saturday. I'm just making my way up to Lattrig, and it is blowing an absolute hoolie. But I've got a new toy. Wow. Conditions are very challenging indeed today. We're just, well, probably in the middle of Storm Pier or Pyre, but I've managed to get to the top of Latrigg, which is one of Lakeland's small, one of the smallest fells anyway. I was hoping to put the 100 to 400 to good practice. There's a really low cloud level, so I'm really struggling. I'll point you in that direction, but the wind is blowing that direction. You see the blanket of clouds, so it's going to be a struggle today, but I will fire off a few shots, but videoing in these conditions is rather difficult. That's where the interest is. There's the top of Catbells, which is shrouded in low level cloud. It really is difficult to get a shot, to be honest. There's not much standing out, but here we go. First few shots with a 100 to 400. I paid extra to get the lens cap as well, which is coming to great use in weather like this. We've got a fine drizzle as well, and I've also got the Peak Design cover, because it's not weatherproof. It's not an L build quality, but it's like a third of the price. Anyway, let's put it to some test. Not much of a frame there, to be honest. I focused in on Catbells, but it's just a shape in the day. I need some sort of focal point. It's more catchy. And there's this larch. There's a larch here just swinging around. So I've just tightened up on that. Quite a tight crop. Quite a fast shutter speed as well. Well, 1/25 of a second because it is so windy. And just included the background. Not gone all the way to 400. That wasn't necessary. About what, 150 or something like that. But yeah, as I said, it's challenging. It's challenging. So it's definitely opened up opportunities. Is the lens. I tend to be shooting a lot of sheep at this moment in time. But hey, oh, why not? They're part of the Lake District. It gives it character, doesn't it? I reckon a few years ago, I wouldn't even thought about putting sheep in my shots, because they might have distracted. But I think it just gives context, as I said, doesn't it? That, you know, that feel of the place. But yeah, I've been home and in, nearly at 400 actually. Some detail really. The fence, I love how it curves round. You got the tree as well. There's a copse of larch trees as well, with Great Mel Fell in the background. A couple of trees. They're not spectacular, but you can literally stand in one place and just look around and fire off some shots. Really is good stuff. Now I've got to be conscious of the shutter speed still, of course, when I get to 400 mil, but it has got a 5.5 stop, I believe, image stabilisation. That, in addition to the R6 stabilisation, is going to help wonders. Right, my plan anyway. My plan was, let's pick you up. My plan was to do Latrigg, and then from Latrigg up to Lonscale. Totally clagged in is Lonscale, but I'm here for the hike. I'm here to do at least a couple of Wainwrights as well. I even thought about doing Little Man as well, but Little Man's over 800 metres and it's blowing a hoolie now, so it could be quite challenging conditions, but might just have to write off the photography. But let's see what happens. So it is opening up towards Derwent Water in Catbells, which you couldn't really see before. The cloud level hadn't really shifted. I reckon it's about what, 500-600 metres. But there's a bit of hope, there is a bit of light. It's not direct light, but this is where the mood is. Look at this. head up towards Lonsdale. That's the sort of thing I like. The drifting clouds, you've got some nice copse of trees as well. Fired off a couple of shots actually, gone right in as well. Just get some move. Oh god, look at this. Oof. Lovely, look at that. Oh, very nice indeed. But it's a constant battle with the wind. And it's going to be like that for the rest of the day. Decided to head to Little Matt. This is horrendous. I've probably said this before, this is probably the worst conditions I've been in. You probably can't hear me. But I thought, why not? Let's just go to Little Matt, it's not that far away. Wow. Keeping safe on the ground, keeping low. Now I'm going to head back down. Yeah, a question of survival more than a photography session in the end. I came to realise that the best option was to put the camera away and get down off the fell. Now I did capture some images, but if I'm honest, nearly all the images were underexposed because it was the first time out, and if honest I was conscious of using or getting the right shutter speed. But having checked the images, none of the images suffered from camera shake. They did, however, suffer from being underexposed, as I said, so in post I've had to increase the exposure, so that's introduced some noise. Here's the gallery from that day's session. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what this lens can bring to my portfolio, especially on those fells. Right, well, thanks for watching and stick with me, hoping to continue with bringing you some good content for this year. So further ado, take good care of yourself, keep smiling, bye bye for now.